Okay, so when I did this in normal mode, it wasn't really that bad, but I guess to be fair, normal mode's not really anything too as difficult.
No, not really.
Also, I'm gonna give you money so you can place down Ben round 1. The DJ Ben Jammin' skin.
It's my favorite.
I'm more of a Sushi Ben enjoyer myself.
Fair choice, fair choice.
But I think getting pops for this week should be pretty easy just overall. It is kind of a shame that Ace is banned, but oh well.
Like, Super Ceramics provides so many pops, man.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. I didn't realize that. So I guess Glaive Lord would be pretty strong come, I guess, like tier 2. I think tier 1's probably going to be the hardest for the ceramic cluster that comes in. If I had to guess.
It should. Although, then again, wasn't the point is to not use paragons?
I mean, yeah, I guess that is true. So let's see. Temple, I guess, would probably be the best bet. I was going to put my Ben next to yours, but we don't have space for that, so I guess next best spot.
I suppose top half Spectre should be pretty decent too.
Oh yeah, sewer mines.
I find that Spirit of the Force is actually pretty decent for the ceramics as well when we're not doing the actual boss itself.
That is also very true. So I kind of wonder what farming's going to be like with 2 people.
You're better at farming than I am, so I'm just gonna give you the cash, to be honest.
Alrighty then. Do not mind being player 3.
I fear being player 3 because I cannot farm to save my life.
Basically, what I do is look up YouTube video, copy what they do, profit.
That's fair. I mean, I'm not even bad. I just know that I'm not as good.
Yeah, that is fair. That's fair.
However, I do have the power of emojis.
Emojis, just emotes. I don't think I've actually ever bought an emote. I think like when I look at like my emotes, it's just like all the default ones. Actually, except for like this one. I think this one I got for some reason.
I mean, that's fair. They don't really do anything except for be a little annoying during co-op.
I never really play co-op anyways. Oh yeah, I also got this one, next round scary, because I figured why not.
What, you know, next round scary, makes sense.
Could you just imagine if BTD6 had like a built-in voice chat?
I know no one would play co-op mode because that'd be horrible.
That would be awful. If the subreddit is anything like the larger Bloons community, probably best to not have one.
Just imagine some poor child being cursed out by some med player for getting the wrong cross path.
What do you mean? You got the middle cross path Bloon Jitsu. Well, so let me get engineer down because we're kind of dying.
024 bomb shooter. Yeah, you're going missing overnight, kid. I'm sorry. Now, the question is, what do you want to defend tier 1 with?
I mean, I was thinking maybe Elite Defender, but I feel like we might be a little bit too poor for that. So I think the next best thing would be Sticky Bomb. Sticky Bomb's a bit slow, but we'd have more money for the ceramic insides. Also, I just realized there's no sub for this week, so we can't use Reactor and Energizer for ceramic cleanup. I mean, I guess Bomb. I could spam bombs. I feel like Bomb would be too bad, even though Bomb doesn't pop black balloons anymore. I think should be fine.
Balloon Impact with a recursive would probably be okay.
Yeah, I think I'll get like 2 recursives and then just like impact. Let me outbuff these 2. And if this doesn't work, I don't know what to do. Also, I think I can maybe start saving up for Sticky Bomb if I can. Not Sticky Bomb, Elite Defender.
I do have a Sticky Bomb up, although, are we getting these ceramics? Oh yeah, okay, I guess so.
Yeah, okay, Elite Defender has been afforded, thankfully. And are they good? Oh, wow. Okay, we are actually not doing too hot. Hold on. Can I get Drew to the jungle real quick? Surprisingly, 2 recursives and a balloon impact just somehow is not enough. We get jungle drums on the Opolis. Perfect. Let me just sell you. You, and you. We're at 40,000 at the end of this, at the end of tier 1. Pretty nice, pretty nice.
Now let's see how we handle ceramics with this setup here, because they are going places.
Oh yeah, we don't handle... Oh, okay. Good thing I have Druid here. I think I might just unironically get Jungle's Bounty just to help out with cerams.
That would be a pretty good choice, to be fair. You know, 2 vines at once. I wonder if you could sell after a couple rounds for a tier 5 bottom path.
Oh, for AOW? Avatar Wrath?
Oh no, for Banana Central. I mean, frick, what's it called? Monkey Wall Street.
Wall Street? I mean, it's usually better to go for Banana Central before you go for Wall Street.
That's fair. I mean, I might be thinking of Battles 2 strats at this point.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of Battles 2 strat, but I don't know if... I mean, usually I'm able to get Banana Central just like kind of in the middle of these rounds, but I don't really know if I'm going to be able to. Since,
We shall see.
Yeah. I like to get up like a couple central markets before I go for Wall Street so I can just sell into them. Also, I forgot, our thing can't see... Our Druid can't see camo, so we're dying to camo cerams. I think we're like barely fine. Druid is coming in clutch, wow.
Dude, that was so close.
Okay, let me just get more of these, because cerams are... Okay. I think...
Either that or glue or ice would also probably be decent.
Oh yeah, snowstorm's not bad. Right, let me just sell a couple of these. So I'm able to afford them out without selling a whole bunch, which is great. For ceramic insides, I think I'm just going to sell my free Dart Monkey, surprisingly, and just get Glaive Lord in the middle somewhere. Oh yeah, I forgot this. Oh yeah, I forgot this is BFB. So I guess maybe Spear of the Forest would be better. I mean, I've completely forgot there's BFBs this tier, not Ceram. So let me actually get Spear of the Forest. Hopefully, Spear of the Forest has enough time to build up vines.
I would hope so. I'm gonna get a blue impact here just in case.
It's kind of surprising. Yeah, the cerams are mega beefy, but I feel like still, I guess it's an interesting mod. It's different, but I feel like it's a bit easy of a modifier, to be honest. Hopefully next update, Ninja Kiwi decides to add in like, you know, like modifier sliders for the boss events. Because it would be fun to like, you know, see like how far you could push Bloonarius. Like when I did that Bloonarius with like 3 times health video, I was like, you know, it'd be fun to see if you could do like 3 times or like even like 4 times HP with to see like if you can beat it. I think that'd be pretty fun.
I would be inclined to agree with that. I mean, because I mean, my logic is here, you know, people love doing like max buff towers, maximizing paragons, so a challenge to really push that, like you said, you know, be pretty fun experience.
Yeah, it would be really fun.
We shall see if NK has this.
Exactly. Ninja QE teased me with, you know, showing me what it's like to fight Bloonarius with 3 times health. I'm just like, I want more. Give me 4 times. I want 5 times. So, alright. So, selling MAD, able to get this. Should be able to accelerate massively in farms now.
I mean, I'm sure even like a 10 times would be possible on a map like Logs or Cubism.
10 times would be brutal. Wait, wouldn't it?
True.
Because I feel like you would have to afford Mad by tier 1 or else you wouldn't be able to win at all.
Probably, which, I mean, it's possible. It's just a very difficult save up.
Yeah. Although I guess the Ninja Q would have to give a lot of extra starting cash if they did have a week like that, so you could probably even afford more than Mad for tier 1 if they had like 10 times. Although I guess with the 10 times week, I feel like the hardest wouldn't even be tier 1 because you get Mad, but like by tier 5, that HP amount would be nuts.
True, because wouldn't that be like, I don't know, 300 million health?
I can't remember how much HP Elite Lunaries has like normally. Even though I do play the boss a lot, I don't really remember how much health they have, but that would be definitely a lot. Now, tier 3 is going to be interesting. We kind of have to go for Temple if no Paragons, now that I think about it.
true.
So I'm gonna stop farming now. Hopefully I didn't actually overspend on farms. That'd suck.
Middle and top tier. I mean, yeah. Middle and top tier spike factories would be pretty good too.
Yeah. Do you want to build the temple? Because I don't really have a lot of space on my side for farms.
Sure, I'll go for it. Do I get for top or middle path alchemist for the sacrifice?
I think like middle path with a little extra money in support, but not in support and magic can work. So let me upgrade this to summon Phoenix and then see if that is 50k. And just to be safe, I'm actually gonna add a TT4 and well, we got 2 rounds left and I'm like, we got 70k more to get temple up. And I just don't think a base temple is actually going to be enough here. So let me start working on homelands. Get that in range. That DPS is looking very slow.
I'm kind of surprised actually. That is a pretty slow factory. I mean, sun temple.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can start working on super mines. It's so expensive, 100k. We don't have 100k to spare.
Not exactly.
I think it might just barely work, but I feel like the time limit might be a bit of a problem. I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat this before the rounds, or the 20 rounds is up.
Oh yeah, and it is spitting out a BAD as well, which is problematic.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. Everything is so expensive. Oh boy, we're poor. I think the best bet we have right now is kind of send avatar spam. So let me see if I can start selling a little bit to get some.
It's like that Battles 2 strategy, OMG.
It is just like the Battles 2 strategy.
I can't believe I just said OMG in the year 2023.
OMG. LOL.
I mean 2024.
Hashtag lit, fam. Is that what the kids say these days?
Of course. My screen is lagging.
Yeah, I do have a little bit of lag on my screen too. I gave you some money for Savatars.
It's definitely working out.
Yeah, it is working. Albeit slow. But yeah, Temple is not really as good as I remember. Wow, Paragons really do outclass it. But like a lot. But let me get Glue Strike on the field. Or Glue Storm.
I did a Super Brit just to see if that helps.
That probably will. +5 on Sun Avatars. And probably do well. Okay, so I think we're potentially fine here. So I'm actually going to keep farming just so that way we actually have enough. Because I feel like we definitely need VTSG by tier 4. Since Temple is just this bad.
100%.
Alright, I'm going to give you some money. Perfect. We have 12 rounds to afford over $1 million worth of defense. I'm not feeling very hopeful.
I'm sure this will go very well.
Oh yeah, the temple can't see camo. Hold on, I have no space for the thing.
I got it. That was so scary for a second. Just
I was like, oh wait, temple doesn't have camo. Forget about that.
You're telling me that God himself cannot see camouflage?
Very, very suspicious. Okay, so like if I put down the other tier 5 super monkeys, will it get sacrificed into your... Like, will it count that towards your Vengeful?
Yes, they will.
Okay. So I'm gonna start working on those, although Legend Knights can take a while to get up. Alright, Legend Knight has been afforded, so whenever you're good... Oh, you are kind of far from VTSG now they look.
I have 500k right now.
Alright, perfect.
And for as long as you keep like a tier 5 farm in the radius, actually no, sell like Central Market and we should have enough for support then.
Do you want me to sell Banana Central?
Yes, because Banana Central shouldn't be sacrificed. Okay, so now I can do it.
Alright. Hopefully this works, and we don't actually end up dying to insides if the game could hurry up a little bit. Alright, now we just kind of got to invest in support. So I got Homeland up, and then now I think I'm going to start spamming Sun Avatars.
And I am getting my farms back, but, you know, it's going to take a second.
Yeah. And for tier 5, it's really just going to be tier 5 spam. Now that I kind of think about it, it's like Sun Avatars, Super Mines, yeah.
Pretty much just all of the good tier 5s. Mad even.
Definitely reminds me of when bosses first came out. You're just spamming down towers.
I'm gonna assume then, like after, like the round before tier 5, we'll just pause the game and just strategically place things down.
Yeah, that'd probably be helpful. So let me get some tech bots for Homeland so we don't have to manually use it.
You know, for being a vengeful true sun god, this is not very effective, honestly.
No, it is not. VTSG has really fallen off. It's kind of surprising, you know. Kind of in the early days of boss balloons, you didn't really go for VTSG too often. Actually, you went for VTSG every time just because, like, Dart and Boomer just weren't really that strong to be able to beat tier 5. But now it's like you don't never see VTSG for boss events.
Yeah, it's just not as good as it used to be. Also, wow, this is so laggy. I'm genuinely like in awe right now.
Yeah, it's not co-op plus, just the general lagginess of late game not really doing VTSG any favors.
Mind you, I am using a laptop, but still.
I mean, we're gonna beat this, but it's just so slow. It's like shocking, just like how slow VTSG is.
It's funky because outside of boss events, VTSG is overpowered, but I guess bosses are just its limit.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense because Paragons do gain extra boss damage, while VTSG does not.
True, the only other tower in the game that gets that, I'm pretty sure, is Middle Path Mortar for some reason.
Yeah, popping off. That was actually a buff from Battles 2, believe it or not. Like a long time ago, they made it so that way Poppinaw does extra damage to bats. It still has that buff, but they ported it over to BTD6 to help out with single target damage.
That's interesting to know, actually. Alright, fun facts.
Yeah, fun facts of Person A7. God, tier 5 is gonna suck so much. It's gonna be even worse than this, is the crazy part.
I genuinely fear that my computer might actually like crash.
Well, if I see you disconnect randomly, I guess I'll know what happened.
Actually, I'll make it worse.
I'll make it worse. It's like the opposite of I can fix her. I can make her worse.
Exactly. I used the emote that didn't even show up because it's so like particle infested already.
I'm actually gonna turn down projectiles so it's that way I can just kind of see what's going on. Now we got 10 rounds to
finally
board everything. I think this is gonna have to kind of be our final defense aside from like a few options.
Avatar of Wrath comes to mind.
Yeah. I'm gonna get Tax Zone down, so I'm actually gonna Ultra Boost it, see if I can get as many stacks as I can.
Technically speaking, you could get a second Avatar of Wrath, but I just don't really know, like, where you would put it.
Actually, I was thinking about that. I actually sold one of my Super Monkeys, because I figured that Avatar of Wrath probably does more damage than one Super Monkey, but I don't know.
More than likely.
Actually, I think I am going to get my own support temple and put, like, one in the corner.
Oh, fuck, I did not mean to sacrifice, like, literally, like, everything here. Oh, wow.
Oh, really? On my screen, everything's fine.
No, I mean, like, I accidentally sold my Ultra Boost and my Banana Central with that. That was horrible.
That's a rip. Let me just sell this. Get that.
I guess I'll get another tag zone over here, and also, I'll put another Brit over here, too.
Yeah, that'd probably do good. I guess I kind of put my temple just a bit too far down the corner because, like, it has, like, almost no range. It only has, like, 2 Sun Avatars, like, within its range.
Also, do not forget, you can freeze the water to put stuff on if that ever is something you want to do.
I have no money for that. I am broke. I spent everything on the Sun Temple.
Archmage is kind of a stretch, but I don't really know, like, what else would be, because without Ace, I was naked.
Yeah, Spike Storm.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, Spike Storm spam does pretty good. Also, yeah, not having Ace here kind of sucks.
Because Ace is just kind of like one of my go-to late game towers. I guess this is all we can get then.
Yep, that really is. I'll put my Avatar Wrath on strong. I'll just kind of leave the rest of the supers on first, and then I guess we'll just have to play the round. Also, I'm going to be Ultra Boosting your VTSG, so feel free to Ultra Boost something else. Dude, it's so laggy that I'm, like, actually struggling to Ultra Boost your tower.
I can't even see anything, dude.
You can turn down the projectile visibility. But I mean, it's not like you're missing out on much, because we're kind of taking down the boss at like 100 HP like a second. I think we're gonna beat it. It's just gonna be very slow on our end.
Oh well, I actually never knew you could do this. I can actually see the screen now.
Yeah, it's a new feature in the accessibility tab. I don't remember like when they added it, but it's like kind of a lifesaver. Like just being able to see the screen now is nuts. But man, this is slow.
I think we might win, but it's gonna be such a grind.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, my game's chugging along at like 10 frames per second right now.
Something interesting I've learned is the Vengeful True Sun God doesn't actually scale that well with Paragons, which I kind of thought it would be. I thought that they wouldn't be able to really top a Vengeful True Sun God when they make a Super Monkey Paragon eventually. But this proves to me that you can in fact go beyond the Vengeful True Sun God, because it has many buffs right now, but it is still kind of slacking compared to, say, a Boomerang Paragon or a Ninja Paragon, a Wizard Paragon. And I'm actually now quite interested to see how they're ever going to top themselves with the Super Monkey Paragon, or even the upcoming Submarine Paragon, because the Submarine Paragon is the next Paragon. And we have yet to see what it even looks like, much less what it can actually do.
Yes, I would also like to add, it's really just kind of due to extra boss damage. You know, especially because it's interesting because Paragons, like, they gain extra boss damage depending on if you're fighting a normal boss or an elite boss. So it's like there's kind of two separate, like they have their damage, they have boss damage for normal and then boss damage for elite. And Paragons, like, they do, of course, do more boss damage for elite. And so it's kind of the reason why. The only, like, way that, like, VTSG actually beats Paragons is just kind of, like, late game free play. That's kind of niche. Really just kind of that. And I guess there are certain Paragons, like, you know, Boat with being able to, you know, one-shot bads, and then Ninja with its, like, global slowdown, to where it's, like, there's still sort of worth going for depending on the Paragon. And I can imagine that I feel like a Super Monkey Paragon would be absolutely broken, which is how strong it would be. Because, I mean, Ace is already incredibly strong, and, like, on certain maps, it can actually be Elite Bloonarius kind of on its own. And so I can only imagine that, like, a Super Monkey Paragon would basically turn into a win button. I mean, Ace kind of already is like a pseudo win button.
Although this does also make me wonder as well, right? What, do you think they'll ever add boss damage to the Vengeful True Sun God?
I mean, I can imagine maybe, probably not, to be honest, just because I feel like Ninja Kiwi probably wants people to use the new Paragons when they come out instead of, you know, falling back on VTSG as their kind of their strategy. I mean, I can sort of see why, even though, like, going for, like, VTSG and Temple strategies, like, not going for Paragons right now is significantly harder than, like, you know, using Paragons. So, I mean, I'm leaning towards no, but I could always see Ninja Kiwi maybe, you know, giving VTSG more boss damage. Like, you know, maybe if they have a week where every single Paragon's banned and, like, you know, your only option is, like, you know, VTSG and Temples and whatnot, I do feel like, you know, VTSG does need that extra boss damage for that week. Just because, like, looking at the DPS now, even though it's, like, ticking by so slow, it's just, you know, it's still going to take a long time to actually be able to deal damage.
Actually, that would increase the boss damage of certain towers during a specific week. That's kind of an out there idea that they would probably never do, but it's just a possibility that I think would at least be interesting to watch happen if it were to.
Yeah, it's like something I always say is that, like, you know, while bosses I think can be fun depending on the week's restrictions, ultimately I feel like they're just a bit too stale and repetitive just because bosses have so much HP that, like, you know, even, like, you know, towers that still deal decent mob damage, like, you know, mob domination or something like Archmage, never get used just because they're just too slow and cost too much to make usable for bosses. So, like, an idea that I kind of had was, like, you know, maybe reducing boss HP by, like, a little bit, maybe, like, down to, like, maybe 75% HP, but, you know, banning all the kind of, like, you know, meta towers, like, you know, no temples, no paragons, whatnot. And so you just have, like, you know, they would force players to kind of, you know, go outside and experiment with, you know, a lot of towers, because it's like, I find it kind of sad that, like, you know, bosses can be fun depending on the week, but I just feel like the meta for bosses is just a bit too restrictive in my opinion.
Yeah, I can understand that. Actually, your Moabdom vid was kind of an eye opener to me because I never knew that Moabdom was actually so good at doing boss damage. At least for tier 1.
I'm waiting patiently for the day Ninja Kiwi gives me an engineer plushie. Please, Ninja Kiwi, if you're watching this, just release the engineer plushie.
You know, this is when you reach out to Makeshift because you're a very large YouTuber and they'll make you a plushie.
Exactly. Me with my 1900 subscribers, we're gonna demand them to make an engineer plushie.
They're gonna have it shipped right to you, and all of your subscribers are gonna. Oh my goodness, I need this now.
I do kind of wonder. It's like if there was like a faster fast forward option, would lag be like more or less?
I feel like in this case it would probably be more.
All right, there he goes. We popped him finally. It took 10 rounds and it felt like an hour.
I mean, this recording is almost an hour, to be fair.
Yeah, that kind of just looked down. Yeah, it's almost an hour. Editing, that's gonna be fun.
74 million HP. I mean, damage.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a sort of interesting week. I mean, the increased ceramic health didn't really do much for late game. It's really just like tier 1 to where the increased ceramic health would actually like be a challenge. Alright everyone, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to both of our channels. I'll leave Tyga linked down in the description in the pinned comment. Thanks for joining me to do a co-op boss. It's pretty fun.
But of course, had a good time.
Before I officially end the video, I just want to say a couple things. Number one, this is of course a heavily edited video. I am going to be posting the unedited version on my second channel, which you can find kind of linked in the pinned comment down below, along with Tyga's channel. The reason why I want to publish the unedited version, just because I think there was a couple of things that didn't make it into the final video that I feel like should be kind of shared with the world. There were some things that we talked about that didn't make it into the final video for the sake of time. The unedited footage is like a little under an hour long. So yeah, there were some things, especially towards the end, where I kind of asked Tyga some questions and whatnot. And so I did want to release that out into the world. So if you want to see the unedited version, linked will be in the pinned comment. Do keep in mind that since this is unedited, there is some instances of like dead air where we're just not really saying anything because nothing's really happening and we don't have anything to say. So do keep that in mind when watching the unedited version. It's completely unedited except for like some background music that's added. So like no dead air was cut in any shape or form. So do keep that in mind. Go subscribe to Tyga's channel. Subscribe to mine. This is pretty fun to do. If you want to see more collabs, like, let us know. We do like to, play together sometimes. It is pretty fun to do. But other than that, have a nice day.